Hello. Come by and welcome back to another Marvel Snap video. In this video, we're going to be looking at 10 decks of the week. As always, these decks aren't always going to be the top meta decks. They're just decks that look fun, a little bit different. I could have easily put 10 Agamotto decks in here, right? Different types, different whatever. But I didn't. We're going to start with 3 Star Brand decks. That was the card of the week. Talk about Star Brand quickly. Honestly, card's okay. It's a big brute, right? It's just big stats. Yeah, other than that, it is what it is. I do feel like its downside wasn't the biggest deal as I thought it was going to be. I've won games when I've played the card where it's just 10 power was enough, but you put it in a deck with 0 or Enchantress, right? You can get away with that effect. And it's like, if you haven't zeroed or you haven't Enchantressed it, like, do they really want to shang it? Probably not, right? Because they are getting 6 power from it anyway, so it's not that bad. But you know, it is what it is. So let's start with a deck, shall we? So first deck up here is a Shuri Star Brand. Makes a lot of sense. Probably seen it everywhere, right? Sauron gets rid of everyone's ongoing effects in the deck, so you can play all these cards without these negative effects. Second up, a little bit of an Agamotto deck. You know, you got the 3/4s that are kind of flying around right now. Sauron's in here as well. It's a Sauron Agamotto deck, which is interesting. I've not played this version. I've played quite a bit of Starbrand. I never played an Agamotto one, but it looks interesting, right? You're just taking advantage of Agamotto stuff. You got Enchantress, you got 0, and you got Sauron to get rid of Starbrand. The Galacta makes it a 5/13, you know, a 3/13, should I say. Gorgon to counter all the 9 stuff. Solid looking deck. And lastly, Surta was the other spot that people are going to put the card in. I just feel like Surta's just, it's just not, doesn't do it for me. You know, been nerfed a couple of times, changed around. Like, big stats. Obviously, problem here is you've got Cull Obsidian and Sam, which is probably a little outdated after the OTA because it doesn't work anymore, right? So it is what it is. Makes the deck a little bit weaker. Probably switch Sam out for 0 or something like that, right? So you can get the effects down. Anyways, that's for it for Star Brand. Now we're gonna look at other decks. We're starting off with this deck. I believe it hit like rank 1 or rank 2 or something like that, right? It's been doing insane, easily top 5 on the ladder right now. I've seen. It's just crazy, right? You got your Sandman and your Gorgon to upset and disrupt what the meta's got right now, which is a lot of Agamotto, Loki stuff. Yeah, and then you got your Doom in here. Akari drops out your hand for free. Sam bouncing around, Iron Patriot, you know, your Mobius as well for your Loki counters. Shang-Chi, you know, everything's good, right? You got plenty of options. Miss Marvel is insane. Okay. Next up, just pretty much good stuff Agamotto here. Surprised it's not Loki in this, but I think I've got a different version with Loki in. It's just kind of good stuff. Look, good stuff Agamotto, right? It is surprising there's no Zabu in here, considering. Wait, what is this deck? The Quinjet should probably be a Zabu. I don't know why it's in here. I mean, I know why it's in here. It's for the spells, right? But I don't know. I just don't like it. Like I said, I've taken these decks from everywhere. These are decks that have done well in Infinite and stuff, and different versions. Just want to look a little different. So I haven't really paid much attention to them until I get them in here. But yeah, I don't think the Quinjet's worth it for just the spells, but I could be wrong. Like, I feel like the Zab is just better for these boards, but it's up to you, choice. Everyone likes playing a certain way, right? Next up, Werewolf deck. I'm looking forward to playing something like this. And wait till next week with Firehair. Let me just say, oof, that card. Ooh, baby. Firehair. Just say that I know for a fact that card's going to be tasty. Yeah. Know for a fact, yeah. So this is a Gladiator deck. I mean a Werewolf deck. I'm looking at Gladiator there. Werewolf deck. So you've got a lot of ongoing stuff. You got the Fenris in here, which is great because you've got these 3 cards that can destroy stuff. I'm looking forward to playing something like this today. Gonna load up stream, so probably after This video will go out after I've streamed, but I'm definitely looking forward to trying the werewolf stuff. Then we got Clog. I hate facing Clog, so does most people, right? Just clog it up. Probably that got a little bit worse. That Hela fell off a little bit after the OTA, because that's what it was aimed at, right? Just like dumpster and Hela stuff. But still, ridiculously annoying deck to face. There's not enough destroy stuff going around right now that Clog can punish you that much. Next week when Firehair's out, you're probably going to see a lot of misery. So the Clog falls off a little bit, and maybe some Venom, Carnage stuff, right, to destroy your cards for Firehair. Next up, Loki. This is one of the first Lokis. I think I got 2 Loki decks in here. This is like Wiccan Loki, right? You got all this cheap on reveal stuff. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, possibly 7, 8. You got Gore in here. You Loki'd up. Adam Warlock. I just feels bait, but you know, not my deck, so it is what it is. King Eitri, he's great with Loki. Loki at 1's just strong, right? Got Loki meta. I'll talk about Loki meta in a second when we get to last day. Next up, we got the new Hela, which is C6, which is incredible. Look at all these 6s we've got now for Hela. Interesting. I have actually lost to C6 Hela, like this discard stuff. If you watch my videos for a while, you know I hate Hela, Cerebro stuff and Hela stuff, whatever. So I'm not a fan of this, right? I feel like Cerebro's just punished way too much by locations, so I'm not a big fan of it. And last deck is a Loki Agamotto deck. I hit Infinite with a Loki Agamotto deck before the Loki buff, right? So I already knew that this combo was strong, right? I had like a 65-70% win rate through the 90s with like 50-60 games. But I knew the Loki King Eitri stuff was strong with Agamotto before the buff, and now it's even stronger. Because that one downside is people are playing against it, right? So you got your Gorgons and your Mobiuses in your decks to counter it. Loki meta, let's talk about it for a second. Honestly, Loki on 1 is a little annoying. Losing to your own cards is always gonna suck. But we do have ways to deal with it, right? I'm not sure Gorgon actually affects it, right? Because it's cards created in your hand. And they're not in your hand or in your deck. So I don't believe Gorgon counters it, but it counters other stuff. And if those Loki decks normally have ways to create cards, right? Normally have the Agamottos or the Iron Patriots in, right? So you can counter them. The Mobius counters the Loki straight up. So I think people that are stopping on 1 and Loki are off their head and are terrible at the game. I'm probably like 10-0 against people that snap on Loki on 1 without even seeing what deck they're against. They're just like, oh, this is strong. And then they realize that you're not just like a good card deck. You're like some sort of combo deck, like, and they don't draw the pieces, and then the deck falls to pieces. Right? It is what it is. Anyway, that's enough rambling. Enjoy the video. I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe, and all that good stuff, and I will catch you tomorrow.